What's up, guys? This is Mason Missed It. I'm Mason. This is Ian.
Hi.
We're gonna go watch Alien because I've never seen it.
Mason missed it too.
Yeah,
So many things. God damn it, Mason.
pretty much how it goes.
God fucking damn it.
Am I Claire Lambert? I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh, God, it's moving right towards you. Move, get out of there. Moving towards you, move. Dad, move, Dad. Move, Dad, get out. Oh, no, not that way, the other way, God.
There it is, man.
There it is.
Alien.
Whoa,
Yeah?
that was weird.
I didn't know how to gauge your reaction. I could tell, we watched it with our friend Tim, and he disliked it alright. Which is fine, like, I'm not offended by that,
Yeah.
so you can be honest.
His reaction was
He said, yeah, it was good, it was good, yeah.
there was the inflection there.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I get it, but I don't, so. But what did you think? What did you think about it? Like, you can be, if you didn't like it, man, I want to hear it.
No, I didn't not like it.
Okay.
It's not like, oh my god, that was like a crazy film masterpiece, and like to me anyway.
Right,
which
sure.
I understand the importance the movie has, but like, I didn't know what to expect going in, which I think is good. I didn't know anything about the movie.
Right.
Very pleasantly surprised. It didn't give me because like I'm always worried going back and watching older movies.
Right.
Like when we went back and watched Episode 4 of Star Wars, Episode 1, and Mason missed it. That surprised me how well it stood up, even though it was made so long ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the jump from like Episode 4 to 5 is like crazy.
Five is. Yeah, so
Yeah,
the Star Wars
it's-
movies are.
yeah, it's
plus,
ridiculous.
because we only have the special editions of Star Wars, so they do add like CG effects
Right.
of ships and stuff, so it kind of adds a little layer of like.
Right.
Okay, this like so a lot. It would have looked different if we'd watched the original theatrical release of it.
In Alien, I wasn't as impressed with how it looked. But again, I don't need to be because it was made in 1979.
Right.
It did look really good because it's on Blu-ray, right? You have it on Blu-ray?
Yeah, the Blu-ray, like the transfer to that Blu-ray, it's one of the better old movie Blu-rays I've ever seen. As far as like, it does not look scratchy or blurry at all. It looks pretty new.
Yeah, I think I worded that wrong. The movie looks good. The special effects don't look good.
Oh yeah, like
they're very 1979.
Oh,
you know what I
totally.
mean? There was that scene that you pointed out, like kind of when it even happened
with Ash.
Spoilers.
Yeah, these are all spoilers.
Where they
all these show episodes will be spoilers.
It's not even called spoilers if it came out in 1979.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was surrounded in a room full of people who'd never seen Alien before. So.
There's a scene where they have Ash after they figure out he's a robot, and Parker.
Terrible.
Parker knocks his head off.
That actually looks pretty good to me.
That
That whole
really
thing
good.
is crazy.
When he gets on the table.
Yeah. It's a straight cut.
A straight cut to real guy, body under the table, cut back to robot
Completely.
head. Like, that was kind of funny. But
Absolutely get that.
Yeah, and there was like, I think that was the only one that really stood out.
Yeah,
because
for me, I think actually, I would argue the movie holds up really well because pretty much 100% of the surroundings are completely enclosed, built sets.
Yeah, and you can tell.
And they were not cheaply done.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, like, so that's the main thing for me is that movie still looks good.
Yeah,
there's some bad special effects.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, the actual look of it doesn't look like it was shot on a 1950s like Hollywood parking lot film set. Like,
no, definitely not. And then there was the scene at the end when she is in the shuttle, kind of the escape shuttle, if you will. And she shoots him with the kind of harpoon gun, and he flies out, and the door closes. That part kind of
he's a dude in a suit.
Kind of made me laugh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because,
He's a guy in a suit.
It is kind of funny.
Certainly.
And then there were parts in the movie when it would show. It does a really good job at not showing too much of him.
Oh yeah.
There's points where it flash, and then you see, but there were points where you'd see him, and he's just a guy who's like, which was kind of funny.
He's like a 7.5 foot like African dude in there.
Oh really? Is it really just a tall guy?
Yeah, it's they found like a massively tall, sort of like. I can't remember his name right now. I'm gonna kill myself for it. But
Shaquille O'Neal.
The guy that was Chewie. Also, he was an Englishman. He's real tall. Englishman, same thing. So they'll just find like they can just go out there and find tall people.
Yeah, no. I mean, other than that, that's not even a big thing. I expected that.
Yeah, but that's a fair criticism. I mean, it doesn't hold up in a few points.
But other than that, I mean, being made in 1979, I didn't expect it ever to shock me or like have me scared or anything like that. Not that I was like scared, but there were points in the movie where that are intense. And
that's the better word. I like that word. Like even when I watched it when I was a kid, I was all afraid to watch it, and my brother was like, "No, come on, let's watch it. You got to watch it." Like 11 or 12. And there was never a point I was surprised at the end of the movie because I was never scared. But it is intense is the word. Like it's just freaking like that's for me like one of my favorite scenes of any movie of any time is when Dallas is in the fence.
Yeah.
Like just the cuts and the lighting is just him with just his flamethrower.
Yeah. And then he kind of leans over back and you can see it.
You can see it even like when he's going down because I've watched it so many times. And then you pick stuff out.
Right.
When he's climbing down that ladder and his things, it lights it up. You can see it there the whole time.
Oh really?
But
wow! I didn't even
on purpose. Like Ridley, he puts it right on camera and you don't even see it. Or like when Brett gets killed. And the chains are hanging.
He's the first guy.
The alien's right there.
Him, you can definitely see it at that part. But you wonder, you always think that's.
But that's only because you've seen aliens before, like in drawings or whatever.
Oh yeah.
In the movie, he's showing you right there, and you'd just be watching it. You don't know.
No, I didn't even think about that. Kind of like with Star Wars, how we talked about how I have like a different perspective because I knew
you've seen aliens before.
But yeah, I guess if I had no idea what those aliens look like,
he just showed you the whole alien.
Is that like some kind of mechanical tool or something?
And then like, a lot of the things in the ship are rounded, tubular things.
Yeah. At the end,
you have no idea.
When she's in the shuttle at the end, and he's laying down. There's pipes, and they're all gray pipe, and his head is kind of
looks just like
pipular, if you will.
Yep.
And okay.
Yeah, so there's a ton of moments in that movie.
Yeah.
That movie that's one of those movies where like if you watch it 6 times, every time you'll catch like in you can be like 2 or 3 years. You just watch it a few times with people. You'll be like, oh shit, I didn't even see that. And there's a lot of little details in that movie.
I liked it a lot, man. And what I'm more excited about is because my only exposure to these movies was really like Alien vs Predator.
And those are not good movies.
And they're not great movies. And like Prometheus, I have seen.
Right.
But now I'm excited to get more into like the universe. You know what I mean? I want to watch.
It's a really cool universe.
Get more involved in that, and it's good to know that them and the Predator really don't have anything to do with one another.
No, the AVPs, honestly, they're fun.
Yeah.
They're totally fun. There was a game series, AVP game series. It's just kind of, I don't know if it was like someone along the lines of fan base was like, dude, what would happen if a Predator fought an alien?
And they were like,
and fans of aliens would be like, the aliens would win, and fans of Predator were like, no man, the Predator would totally win. So
it's exactly what happened.
It's what happened.
But when you're the guy who doesn't know that they're
exactly,
separate, I was always
they're not related at all.
I was like, what was Predator doing in the?
I never liked in the AVP movies they separate. Like, it all takes place on Earth and stuff. And you don't get what makes... The stuff that I like about Alien is, like, the future that they create, which you don't get to see a lot of in the first one. But it's all this big... Like, these corporations run everything.
Yeah, there's a point in the first one that we talked about before where she goes on the kind of computer terminal talking to Mother,
right? And
it talks about like the initiative that they were to take and whatnot, and you kind of get an inkling of like, were they supposed to stop on that planet? Like, was that kind of part of a thing? And then I wondered, like, why them? Why would you send 7 quote-unquote space truckers to that planet if you really wanted to discover something? But maybe because they were already there, they're closer, they wanted confirmation on whether or not what was on that planet was dangerous, and if it was, who's going to miss.
Exactly. It's kind of a win-win for them because Ash is recording everything and like beaming it back.
Right.
So because he's a robot.
Right.
So like either way, so either it's dangerous and it kills everyone. It's dangerous and they get like infected and sick and they're on their way back and they already know about it, so they'll be intercepted prior and they can be studied on. Or you meet a happy alien-friendly race and everything's good. So either way, you don't lose out on anything and you don't have to send a bunch of secret, dark black ops, which can be discovered. Because you'll learn throughout like this universe. There's other big companies, and they have, like, espionage, and they try to sabotage each other. So, like, the less deliberate things that you do, like send a Black Ops team, the less information there is to be stolen. So it's like, we'll just send these fucking idiots out there. They're expendable if they die, what the fuck, whatever.
Right, no, yeah.
And now we can go...
You're not drawing as much attention to your ideals.
Exactly. So what did you think of, like... So we talk about special effects, like, of the characters and the story. Like, as a movie, apart from it, like, don't judge it on being, like, whether it scared you or not. Just as, as a movie. Like, what?
I definitely wanted to talk about the characters, too. Forgive me if I don't remember all their names.
That's fine. I know all their names.
I remember Ash, Parker.
I love Parker so much.
The main girl, I want to say Riley.
Ripley,
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
You
fine.
too, forgive me.
It's all good.
And then, okay, the only person I did not like at all was the other girl.
Lambert. Horrible. But she's realistic.
No, but I can't deal. No, she is. You're right. That's the problem.
She's a good character.
Shit's going down, hate her. And she's just crying the whole time. And Parker's like, I can kill this thing now if you just.
She wouldn't get out of the
move.
way. Yeah.
And she's like, and then like now they both die.
Yep.
Well, look what you did. You fucking idiot. These are the kind of people we need to get rid of, Ian. That's what we're here to talk about.
But her job is to drive the ship. Like, that's the thing you have to remember. Like, she's not a steel-faced Marine.
I know, but neither is Parker.
Yeah, Parker's a fucking badass. And, like, Dallas, even, the captain, Dallas even goes, like, I don't want any heroics out of you today, Parker. So, like, obviously, Parker has some kind of, he could be, like, a veteran of a war or something.
And he's got that about him.
Yeah, I love Parker. Parker's, like, I love him so much.
I just can't stand the helpless girl thing.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
totally.
if that was a guy. There's plenty of characters that play that often that are male.
Oh,
that
yeah,
have that
but
exact same.
she was a helpless little girl, absolutely.
I hate that so much.
Yeah,
but
so do I.
I'm sure that's intentional.
But I'm sure that probably 4 or 5, maybe more, maybe 4 out of 5 girls confronted with a giant slimy alien that's about to rip you in half would probably sit there and whimper until they die.
I am one of those girls. I am one of those 4 out of 5 girls.
But it is, you hate her because she's just bitching the whole movie.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's intentional.
Yeah,
you know, for you to be like, come on, let's go, like to get you emotionally involved in that. Like, Parker can kill this, like move, let's go. But yeah, other than that, Ripley was a really good character.
Oh, I love Ripley. I love Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, played really well by Sigourney Weaver.
Her first movie.
Very strange. I had kind of the Carrie Fisher effect where it was weird seeing her so young.
Yeah,
like,
you've seen her in other stuff. That made her. That was her breakout.
So
film.
That was weird for me too. But yeah, she played it great. The dialogue at first between everyone was very 70s. Was very hard for me to be like.
Well, what I like about the dialogue, actually a lot, and I feel like it's something that's died in movies, is they talk over each other.
They have like a real conversation. Real people. But you don't expect that.
It's not this really deliberate, hey, we need to take a left down here.
It's not poetic.
And then they wait, and then another person reacts. It's realistic.
Yeah, there's a scene at the beginning when she's talking to Parker. They're kind of talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
And she says something, he's like, what? And she's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
like it's like a real conversation.
They feel like real people to me.
But
they don't even feel like actors.
Exactly, yeah. And you're not trained, like, modern movies, you're not trained to expect
not at
that.
all.
Expect that. You know what I mean?
That's actually like one of my favorite things about
So that wasn't a negative, it threw me for a loop.
Getting used to it.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I like the characters a lot. Ash was always weird until you figure out the obvious. He's a robot.
Yeah.
The other guy alongside
Brett.
Parker kind of is. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No. He's kind of just. I don't know what he is. If he's like Parker's protege.
They're like the two maintenance engineer guys. They just keep the shit running.
The two mechanics.
Shit running.
Yeah. They have their own kind of inside.
Yeah. That's what they're always complaining about, the money and how, and then everyone.
At the beginning, they're trying to negotiate more of a.
I love Parker so much. More of a. We'll talk about the bonus situation, man. I'm talking about the bonus.
They're
situation.
like, you can either take what you are contractually obligated to take or get nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you don't stop at this planet and he's like complaining, I'm not a rescue. We're not a rescue.
Like, well, in your contract, it
actually
says if anything
you understand?
comes up.
Yeah.
And that's and that's another part where you think like, oh, their contract said if
these people are fucked over.
If this happens, you have to help them. So
it's in the clause.
It makes you wonder.
So the main question I have for you, because we're coming up to the end here.
13, yeah.
The main thing I want to ask, let's say, it's about 13.
I have the timer.
The title, Alien. It's what were you thinking with egg to face jumper to chest burster to Alien, like that whole thing, that whole process, because you had not seen that before.
But all of that I knew.
You knew all of that.
I knew all of that.
Okay, I didn't know how much you knew or not.
That's another one of those.
Because like Tim and Becca were over there and they had no clue.
Really?
And that was really excited because they were like, "What's going on? Like, what's it doing? It's breathing for him." Like,
so you get. That part I did not know, and you get a little bit of that in Alien vs Predator.
Yes, that's right.
So that's why I knew, and that part kind of is mainstream. They parody that.
One of the most famous movie scenes in history.
Now I will let you know, out of everything in the movie that did make me like, Oh god,
that was actually really good special effects.
That was it. That was great. Because in my head I was like, that would be terrible. Because I'm not a spider guy. You're not a spider guy, and that's about as close to crazy alien spider as you're gonna get. And then it's like it's wrapped around. It's wrapped around him, and then you have to think, what is it doing? It has a tube in his mouth.
It's raping.
It's literally raping his mouth.
That was they did that on purpose. They were like, we want people to have an idea. You're basically being raped.
And that brought a reaction out of me.
Yeah, it just feels wrong. Dude, I've seen that movie dozens and dozens of times. Yeah. I'm still like, oh.
But what you mentioned before, because you have to imagine it's just him. I don't know how far down it goes, but then it has kind of 2 lungs.
Yeah, and it breathes
for you. And I was like, it's a parasite. It's just a parasite. Yeah. That's what it is.
It's really well thought out.
It's keeping him alive.
There's not a lot of holes in
long enough to birth the next.
Can you imagine it's coming out? Like he was alive during all of that, And the special effects are not very good, but that is actually one that stands up. The chest, it never looks fake to me.
It's played really well. I mean,
it's a puppet.
Yeah, the only part that kind of made me giggle was when it runs away.
Yeah, you can see
it's just kind of like
it's just
really
kind of like it's kind of cute. Like,
and it is. I don't know if cute's the word. But in one other thing that kind of was like, okay, what? Just I guess it's not a logic thing because there's no logic. It's an alien,
right?
But 1 minute, it's maybe a foot long when it pops out of him. And then Brett is in kind of the engine, not the engine room, if you will, but kind of like a storage room.
Yeah.
And he finds the, what do you call that? Not a husk.
It's a skin.
Like a skin, like it sheds.
It's shed, like a snake.
He picks it up and it's like, oh, God. And I'm like, immediately, it must be growing, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to see the next kind of evolution stage of this alien. Now it's 7 feet tall and
well, what you'll learn in the next movie is that it's just a drone.
Which is a drone?
The alien that killed them all in the day.
Oh, he's not even a big deal?
Not at all. Jesus. But yeah, man. So, do you have any final wrap-up thoughts on the film? Like, just overall, anything you want?
No, I mean, thank you, of course. Well, yeah. Which I'm
glad that you didn't hate it. No, that would make me kind of sad.
This whole episode's like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, this shitty movie. Suck.
No, it'd be really hard for you to show me something that I hated. Especially given that
we'll find out, I guess.
Somewhat similar interest. If you made me watch like a Civil War documentary, I'd probably fucking hate it. That's right up your alley. Oh, yeah. And I would be like,
Ken Burns.
Oh, Mason missed it. How did I miss that?
Mason's gonna miss everything.
For Alien, kind of closing thoughts. Loved it. Great. Same with Star Wars. I'm really glad I've seen it now.
It's the like even if you felt like Tim, you're like, yeah, it's alright. I mean, if you're starting to get into movies, it's just one of those ones you kind of have to watch, like Jaws or Star Wars. Like there's a list that's like you just have to watch it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I'm glad I can be part of that conversation now. Not that conversation.
Like if you go to a theater, and you're gonna see things as we watch these classics. You're gonna start to see like a lot of influences as you see new movies.
Yeah.
And it just gives you a pair of glasses on how to judge movies because you're like, well, I saw Alien and this movie fucking sucked.
An interesting thing that you pointed out before we watched the movie is how it seems like in the movie a lot of instances happen where you're like, oh, God, they do that in every movie.
Yeah.
But it was 1979, so they didn't do that in every movie. That's where that came from, and that was kind of interesting. Like they get the distress signal, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, but the sci-fi, all the sci-fi horror, and every like Dead Space and all those movies and games like that, Pandorum, all of these sci-fi horror movies, they all just steal from Alien and Aliens. You'll see how much video games have stolen from Aliens.
Speaking of which, now I get to go play Alien Isolation.
Yes, it's the chapter between 1 and 2.
It is.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
There it is.
Mason has found it. Mason has found Alien.
I found it.
Mason found it.
A piece of me is like it's filled now.
it's slowly lighting up
a little inside of me. We'll work on your special effects.
Yeah. All in good
We'll get there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Mason Miss It, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
Oh, nice. You talk my later. I love it.